Jody Jacobs, who joins us live from there. And now, Jody, so much to talk about. It's brought back so many memories, including those of us who are old enough to remember the trial, having to explain to our younger colleagues why O.J. Simpson is indeed famous, a once loved and respected football star, only to fall spectacularly from grace. Who was this man, O.J. Simpson, that's now being remembered?
Indeed, and a spectacular fall from grace, as you say, Marcel. I remember, if I take you back to those scenes on a California highway, and of course O.J. Simpson in a Ford Bronco, with all of this police as they jetted through this highway ahead of his arrest, and then of course that televised trial of O.J. Simpson that everybody watched. And we know today, so many years later, that 33 million people were actually glued to their television screens watching the O.J. Simpson trial. I remember as a kid in primary school myself at the time, coming home from school, and of course also watching the O.J. Simpson trial, changing the way in which everybody watched these courtroom dramas unfold. In later years, of course, we saw just a year afterwards, I mean, I was just checking up earlier on, just a year or so after that, Judge Judy made her appearance on our television screens in 1996. Of course, the O.J. Simpson trial started all of that. But a football legend, not only here in the US, but also around the world. He played both college and professional football. He was a young star that everybody looked up to. I mean, he was, of course, the one person, the black football star in the 60s and the 70s that everybody really looked up to, up until, of course, 1995, when he was then accused of the murder, of course, of being acquitted later on. But in later years, his star, of course, waned, Marcel, and then in 2007, he was again back in court, this time for a robbery at an LA hotel, and then subsequently being sent to prison for that. And he spent about 8 years in prison before being released on parole.